It's Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Because we love mysterious mansions and puzzles on this channel. Well, let's see where this takes us. Very stylish graphics. And straight to the game. Got the car. We can just walk away. The car is locked. Okay, well, did we come in it? Ah, yes, we have our car keys. And we got some tampons to use. Don't think you can open a car with that. We can look in the glove compartment. Instruction booklet and a letter. Well, view the instructions. Oh, is this just instructions for the game, hidden in the game? What really happened in this old hotel? Who are you? Who are the other visitors? The goal of this game is to find the truth. We like doing that. Parts of this game deal and depict sensitive subjects and themes. Player discretion is advised. Okay, yeah, we've got directional input, we've got buttons, and the buttons are for interacting or for introspect. Introspect allows us to view various information. Okay, it saves everything stored, so yeah, we don't have to like take screenshots then. You can save the game on a computer. There's no automatic saving, okay, so to remember that. And we may be restarted. We can find info on computers. We can find dollars for bonus content. There are shortcuts. Listen very carefully if a person wearing an owl mask speaks. Important clues. If a revolver is raised, it means the game could be over if you do not answer correctly. You may not always have the required knowledge to solve a puzzle. Explore and observe. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing for a puzzle game that you have instructions that are like, oh yeah, those things are important, those things are not important. A photo fell out of the instruction manual. Look at the photo. Okay, someone got magenta spilled all over themselves. And what's in the letter then? Syracuse, December 13, 1962. Signorina, as discussed, I'm expecting your arrival at Hotel Let's Jar on January 7 next year. This project is my magnum opus, the mother goose of all birds. It is my firm belief that you can help me transcend the limitation of art for humans. We will put on a show for the eyes of the cosmos. Ab emo pecotre, again some language I do not speak. R Nero. It was sent in 62, so it's 63 now. So we've been called here. We've got radio. Such a happy music for such a grey place. Are there hidden clues in the radio, or is it just a little happy tune? Start the car. It won't start. Okay, we're trapped. We're trapped. Oh, apparently all the buttons are just okay, so you can't like back out of a menu. Leave unlocked, lock. I mean, it doesn't even start. It doesn't matter that we leave it unlocked. And well, there's some sort of little chapel thingy behind the car. The sign has been erected by the National Heritage Board and it's maintained by the Augen-Waldberg Resident Association in consultation with the Augen-Waldberg Culture Committee. The Augen-Waldberg Forest and the surrounding areas were given status as a national park in 1958. Camping or lighting fires are strictly prohibited within the park at all times. The site is home to a myriad of legends and mysteries. Reports of ghosts are plenty, and many visitors have tried to find a fabled treasure. But whether it has ever existed is unknown. What mysteries will you find here? Yes, what mysteries will we find here? But yeah, it feels like if you want to be playing games for videos, you just gotta get the pronunciation for all the different languages so you can read all of those words they always put on those games. I am like always embarrassing myself with my, oh, how do you pronounce that? It's too late to go back. Okay, well, I guess we have to go forward then. Okay, well, we can turn. That may take us towards that mausoleum. Yeah, there it is. Cemetery gate. It's locked. Classic. Well, I don't think those items are going to help us. Yeah, but it gives us a to-do item to get in there. Well, there's something on the side there. I saw it in the corner of the screen. Yep. Oh, there's dollars. American dollar. $1 American. I mean, it's the 60s, so maybe it's a proper wharf something. A caravan. It's locked. There's a letter slot in the door. Tickets is scribbled in red paint below the slot. Well, I don't have any tickets. I only got dollars. Can I put dollar? No. We have to unlock the caravan too. There's a stream. Okay, so if we just press it, it takes us to the menu. We've recovered 0.6% of the truth. We're in the forest. Our stress level is, I assume that's not very high. Temperature is okay. Caffeine influence. Bladder. What is this, a survival game? Economy $1. And yeah, we can see our stuff here. Yep, unlock all the things, and we've arrived. Cool. But yes, the game is directions and just the one button, so you have to just press the button to get to menu and press the button to interact. There's a dog. Are you a friendly doggo? Nice doggo, you got a letter for us? I think this is locked. Yep. Hi doggo. Are you nice? Are you good? You got a letter for us? Such a good boy. Inspect the dog. The tag reads Rudy. Okay, let's read. Our mystery starts in previous correspondence. Find the year. Well, it was like something 1962 was on this side then. There's a door here. Gatehouse. It's locked. Okay, was it 19? You can also only turn it one way. Was it 62? No? Yes? Oh, okay, it immediately quits after I've done it. 63? Okay. Had to do some, had to do the math of 62 next year. It must be 63. I keep pressing B on my controller to quit the menus, but it doesn't work. You have to actually navigate to the X on the screen. We've got a computer. We've got pinboard. Among handwritten notes like lock gate, feed dog, and write handwritten notes, there is a typed letter. Signorina, you were as expected clever like the mouse who hides the fresh carrot among moldy cheese. What an expression. Forgive the strange welcome with a locked gate and a black dog. We have to be sure to keep uninvited guests away. Meet me inside. Our journey 160 years back in time is about to begin. The past is the key to the future. Buona fortuna, our Nero. Now it says have a notebook to write things down, but it also writes everything down in the thing, so I'm not sure how much, like, do I just take notes to have them faster instead of having to browse the menu. We found the bite-sized gaming system. Add it to our menu. Can we de-stress ourselves with it or something? Bite-size. What can we do? Install games. Calculator. Is it one of those where actually there's a secret password and then we'll unlock something else? It's a calculator. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Yay! I'm sure we will need it for something. There is locked cabinet. Yeah, we don't know the code, but we will just, interacting with the things helps us put them on to-do lists. Okay, let's go to computer so we can save. Alt computer noises. Okay, so we could have disks that we could use, and we can get statistics, and it's like where we can find all the money. Okay, so we found 1 money outside and apparently there's 10. So the game offers quite a lot up front about what you may need to find, at least in terms of the extra things. Also, I've just noticed that the texture on this board is like weird faces kind of tiled on it. Spooky. Okay, we've got doors. Okay, so it's a shortcut bolted from the other side. And that's a window. If the menu keeps popping up, it's gonna be because the menu button is the same as the interact button. So if I interact with something, or if I try to interact but I can't, then that's why it's doing that. Okay, well, is it the same code as the other thing? No. Was there anything on this note here? 116 years back in time. So, okay, so we can use our trusty calculator and we can say 1963 minus 116 equals 1847. 1. Scroll all the way. 8, 4, 7. There we go. I am so good at puzzles. We did it. Okay. We've got options. Okay, we have to do some maths again to get to 2014. So we got this plus this plus this. Okay, so we have to end up with 2014 by adding the numbers. So in the first section, we can already discard 2199 because we're just adding, so that's not gonna work. And then I did 2014 minus the two first numbers to see what the difference is. And like for 1350, the difference is 664. So we can get 640 and then plus 24, and that is 2014. I mean, you can't just literally brute force it too. And let's go in for the front gate. The dog goes here, but now if we go around the gatehouse, we can just go in here. Oh, there was bloody footsteps outside. It's bolted shortcut 16. It's locked. Okay, can we unlock it? Okay, this is like a safe combination. Okay, so it's not just you get to go around and open it. You still have to figure out what a combination is. Cool. Surveillance. Okay, we can adjust the receiver. There's a man at the gate. Interesting. Can't interact with those cabinets. Okay, yeah, there is some bloody footsteps down here, going in here. Not sure if they have a meaning yet, or is it just to attract our attention to this entrance. But there is no man here. Where did he go? Or was that just a recording from before? Oh no, there's a hat. There's a calling card hidden inside the hat. I am a half magician without you. May I be permitted the enhanced pleasure of entertaining you this evening. You complete me, Lorenzo the Great. Okay, there's some symbols that we may need or not. I'm just gonna write them down. And that game takes notes, but I'm like, it might be easier to access things through notes. Hi, doggo. Oh yeah, we can pet the dog. Important game feature, pet the dog. Doesn't have anything more for us. There is, yeah, some sculptures. Dreamer, magician, yeah, that aligns with the guy that was outside. The dog is helping. Like, yeah, check out those other statues. There's something in the little thing as well. Creator and artist. If we look at how those statues are laid out, yeah, and we look at the calling card, like this is a similar layout of one thing in the middle being the fountain and then the four things on the sides. So that could be like the symbols mapped to the names for the statues for something. I don't know what it is, but I'm just taking a note. I think that's $1 for us. Yes. I'm also noticing that the camera is just very askew for the game. So I'm like, is my monitor off? No, it's just the game. Pops here, another $1. So yeah, bolted shortcut from the other side. So it seems like we're gonna be doing backtracking, and those shortcuts may help, but we have to puzzle something to unlock them. Anything on this side? Trees, benches. Oh, the camera skipped to top view somewhere here. Yes, there's a staircase and a gate. There's $1 in there. I'm not seeing anything interactable for us to open, so we probably have to come in through the staircase. Well, we've been going around outside, but it might be time to see the front door. There's also the bloody footsteps there and blood on the keypad. Well, okay, 1, 4, 7, 8. Nope. There's cameras watching us. Any hints, or do we actually have to brute force this one from things we see? There's a ladder hanging, but we may have to lower it down. Another $1. Yeah, the ladder is not interactive right now. Okay, well, I guess we're just brute forcing that code then. I mean, is it even brute forcing from 4 symbols all that much? Okay, it was 1847. So you can just go through all the combinations, and there's only like 24 or something. It's a notice board. There are notices about events and happenings at the hotel. Notice about missing script pages. Missing script pages. Has anybody seen my lost pages last seen in my typewriter January 13th? The content has cosmic personal value. There is a substantial reward for finding all 9 of them. Please deliver them personally. I am staying in room 1963. Okay, so that's probably another thing to find for us. Notice about exhibition. Second floor, open all day, free admission. Among the many portraits, lithographs, and sculptures in the collection of Hotel Letzes Jahr, guests and visitors are welcome to visit the exhibition hall on the second floor. We are proud to currently be hosting the absorbing mixed media work of Lorelei Weiss, as well as our stunning showing of Renate Schwarzwald Himmelskurperl paintings. There's something written at the back of the note. Exhibition, second floor, yeah, open to the enlightened. Have you taken the challenge of knowledge and are ready to step out into a world of true art? Are you the foretold? No sense familiar. Interesting. So, like a name or a phrase in a different language. We welcome you, the real connoisseur, to see it all in the Red Gallery on the second floor. Okay, there's a gallery exhibition and then there's a gallery exhibition. But probably we need to be prepared. There's going to be a test. Notice about Ghoster. Guided ghost tour with dinner, backyard, sign-up required. Brave the haunted dark nooks and crannies of the hotel and soak up the atmosphere of centuries past. Our nightly ghost tour is exclusive to our bravest guests, as the old building is home to a wide variety of spirits, good and bad. Most famously the Countess, who is said to stalk the hallways in search of her eyes. And who knows, perhaps you will also be invited to find and enter the many hidden passages on the tour. Please observe that pre-registration is required and that children are only allowed in the company of adults. Well, we definitely want to go on the ghost tour. Notes about fortune telling and magic. Locations to be announced. Free for hotel guests. Since its opening, the mystery of magic and fortune telling has been synonymous with Hotel Letzes Jahr. Our guest can meet with the local mystic or enjoy his mysterious magic show. But be aware, he always has a trick up his sleeve. There's a quiz. Secret location only for members. Yes, try joining the secret quiz club. Hotel Letzes Jahr is the proud home of Europe's most trying trivia nights. How trying? Well, try finding it in the first place. To those who find their way to the hallways of wisdom, we promise an elite quiz which will challenge your awareness and perhaps even put your survival skills to test. Okay, there might be like, oh, it saves notes for basic things that are obvious, but maybe, yeah, we have to take notes for all the non-obvious things to pass this quiz. Lost document tubes. Has anyone seen our document tubes? Please come by our temporary studio in the basement if you know their whereabouts. Thank you. Okay, well, we have to be on the lookout then. Start the music. There's music. Mysterious, spooky music and more of those magenta, bloody footsteps. Some muffled voices. Office door. There is someone talking in there. Listening. You want to change the title to Laser Eyes? More action? Have you even read what I sent you, Mr. Bob Hamburger? Is there someone with a soul I can talk to instead? I'm not being rude. If anything, I'm being too polite. Someone having a discussion about their art and how it's being received. Film posters. Plus sign lithograph. Film poster. Calzone dell'Oceano. Adieu Tbilisi. There's a locked door. We have to interact so it goes on our list. Yeah, we don't know the code. There is some art with, no, it's an actual notice. Elevators out of service. We apologize for the inconvenience. Elevator service info scratched out. Yeah, at this address. There's a coffee machine. $1? No, can't buy coffee. Elevator. Yes, the elevator's out of order. And we can't call the place because they scratched out the number. There's stairways down here. There is a vending machine. Some gacha. Nostalgia figure is $1. Collect all 20. Well, we have $4, so it said that dollars are only for collectibles we don't need to finish the game. So we will get a frog. A burglar frog. Sure. Can we look at it? Yeah. Look at him. Look how sneaky he looks. Like, I'll steal you. I didn't mean to go up the stairs. What else is here? There's a door. There is the toilet. And there's more exits. Okay. It's bolted from the other side. Toilet. toilet's open. Oh yeah, because we have a bladder stat, so, you know, need to go to the toilet and also wash our hands. Or maybe not. Maybe if we don't wash our hands, something will happen. Well, we didn't drink anything, so we didn't need to go to the toilet, but might as well. Okay, we've got more. There's more things. There's a tube here. There's someone's name, and yeah, we need a code. 3 to 1. Now, I guess that's not the tube we need to find. There's some missing tubes. There are lots of early sketches and notes on the drawing board. Okay, we got this drawing board with symmetric design, estimated project cost, and one module costs 20. So I assume we have to like count it up and figure out the price. It's from Malmö in Sweden. And there's this thing, modern design proposal, inexpensive materials, economic construction, low priced interior, any hidden cost. Well, there's nothing here that give us any idea of the price unless we're talking about the boxes. Like, you know, if one cube costs 20, then what does one square cost and how many squares are here? Maybe that's like that. Okay, and there's on the stamps those are names. Tredjev Voining and this Kiel array, because that was the name here. It says Kiel array, so we know one of those tubes is missing, but maybe based on them that's how we open the tubes. And modular room design, least expensive option. Project team said their cranes cannot rotate modules. Supplier only has one of each module in stock. And those are the prices. And there's also a different name on this one. Simple room design. Construction says our measurements do not make sense. Recalculate the area. Okay, this is upside down, so it's 18 times 6. Are they like, oh, it doesn't make any sense because it's upside down? And they're like, what is this? Component-based mansion design, available components and prices. Remember to report cost to client. Well, that sounds like we've got a bunch of things to do. Well, if we start from the start, this thing, right? One module is this, and we have this symmetric thing where we have 2 towers, and that will use 4 modules. And then we have the like kind of horizontal line that will be 7 modules, and then 2 more on top, the middle tower. So that's 12, because 6 and 6. No, it's 13 because I forgot the cube under the tower. So that's 13 times 20 to 60? No, but that's probably because, yeah, the name on this tube is the Kiel array, so that's not its cost, right? Because yeah, this is the Tredjev and this is the Kiel design, and that's the only one. So, well, there are 6 things that look like the 2 cubes. Or is this, because this says modular room design, but this is again someone else's name. Well, if we assume it's 6 cubes, so 6 times 20, 120? Nope. There's the modular design, but the shapes here don't quite match, maybe, especially if you can only use one of each. So yeah, possibly we need find more of those tubes, and then we'll be able to like use the different codes and understand a bit more about how this works. There's more down here. Shredded poster. Okay, we can organize, maybe, can we? Because it lets me like, okay. Have to move to the side to rearrange. Yes, it's Lorenzo the Great and his magic roses. What stories do they hold? Okay, but obviously there's a shape on it as well, so we will need that for something. Okay, I think nothing else in this room. More back here. This place seems pretty big, so it might be that initially we're gonna gather lots of things that don't seem to go anywhere, and then we're just gonna have to recall what all of those things were. More Lorenzo hat at the top. Yeah, Lorenzo the Great. Okay, that also is above. And his arms there. In his latest escape act. This is his hands. Yeah, just think that if we do it wrong, it records it wrong, and then if we change it, it changes the memory, so we get to remember it either way. Okay, so we get another shape like this. And There's something here, $1. Cool. We can buy more figurines later or something. It's interesting that all over the screen there's like an overlay of some sort of image, and then it kind of shakes. Like, it's clearly not part of the scene, it's just a stylistic choice. Okay, that's a closed shortcut, that one. And there's another stairs. More things. We got chairs. We got books about language. Useful Latin phrases. Okay. From the bottom of my heart. Art is long, life is short. Accursed hunger for gold. Yeah, great work. Remember mortality, remember death. It cannot be undone. Men generally believe what they want to. Yes, that is true. Maybe one day it will be joyful to remember even these things. Sure. Write like a philosopher, the Greek alphabet. Okay, this just sounds like the general knowledge you're gonna need to solve various puzzles. And directions in different languages as well. Cool. So we have English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, and EO. I don't know what country that is or language that is. Okay, well, that sounds like some of the things where you wait to find a puzzle or the clues you need to decipher with those knowledge. Books about numbers. Bolt's Number Puzzles Volume 1. Oh, your shortcut to a quicker brain. This collection of my original number conundrums range from beginner to intermediate. Each puzzle can always be answered with a number between 0 and 99, and they're all sure to challenge your gray cells. I hope this book will both entertain and train your intellect. Okay, so from the underline, I'm like, this is for getting into the shortcuts then. Can you find the hidden number? This is some shape thing. Now, there is no cursor in this game, so I can't point to things. I mean, there's few things I could say are numbers here, because there's like, do they have to be oriented correctly? Because like there are few numbers like 2s and 5s that are obviously on their side. There's one 3 on the right side, kind of in the middle. That's correct orientation to be a 3. So how many puzzles are there here? Just flipping to be like, is every single puzzle basically for each shortcut? So like we had shortcut 16 at the gate, so like if we do this puzzle we will get to 16 or be able to open 16. In my left hand I have half of the total amount of coins I have. In my right hand I have half of the amount of what I have in my left hand. The rest 6 coins are hidden away in my hat. How many coins do I have? Okay, so left hand is half of everything, right hand is half of that amount, so, and then the rest is 6 in the hat, so it's gonna be 24. Okay, this timekeeping systems is superior 24-hour clock system. 40-minute past. 1847 is 47 minutes past 6 in the evening. That's underlined for some reason. Might be important. Roman numerals and strobogrammatics for beginners. A strobogrammatic number is a rotationally symmetric ambigram. Yeah, that explained everything, thank you. When written with most standard characters, a strobogrammatic number can be rotated 180 degrees and appear the same. Numbers like 8, 11, 69, and so on are all examples of strobogrammatic numbers. The most recent strobogrammatic years were 1881 and 1961. And the next is as far away as 6009. Okay, so we're saying we can rotate them, but we're assuming that the ones are basically vertical lines, unlike what the font here is using, because if you rotate the numbers in this font, the ones are just gonna be clearly upside down. Well, let's go test our maths then. Wait, there are 2 staircases, 2... Okay, that goes back to the entrance, yes. Let's go test our maths and see an assumption as well. Let's see if shortcut 16 opens with the number 24. If it doesn't, then I either fluff the math or I misunderstood how this gonna work. So 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's how we use that book. We find the puzzle for the shortcut number and we solve the maths, which means I'm not gonna start solving all of those puzzles until I found the doors. So that's 8.7% of the truth. Okay, well, there's a lot more still to see and do inside, but first, hi doggo. I'm thinking maybe I need to be drawing the map of the place and like where things are more or less. Because that's probably going to become a thing of like, oh, now I found a clue to a thing, and where was that thing? Because yeah, that was upstairs. Yeah, here are all the books, and I think like that book is, yeah, books are saved, so we have all of those puzzles with us for when we find those shortcuts. Which, yeah, even more reason to not solve everything right now, maybe. Biographies torn out from the shelf. The life and times of Lorelei Weiss. The pages are torn out. All of them? Just the cover, limp on the floor. Renzo Nero, an animal terrible. Isn't that the guy who invited us here? Most of the book is covered in red paint, but a few pages and paragraphs are still readable. Given the recurring themes of gambling, Nero's comment about cards in a 1960 interview in Technic and Photography comes as a no surprise. There is magic in cards. My childhood friend Gino could do things with cards I have never seen since. He was good with tricks, little Gino. Il Bruto, a horrible gambler. He never realized that in order to win you have to cheat. He was a simple boy who relied on luck. The game is rigged. Cheating is part of the game. Are we to take something from this? We're gonna have to be cheating in this game. The occult always had a hold on Nero, from his scrapbooks and indeed his work, which often included elements like crystal gazing, tarot and such. We can summarize that he was particularly interested in soothsaying. He once said to Claudia Pincini, editor of the etymologist's dream, that he did not need to see the finished cut. He had already seen the whole film in a prophetic vision. He often said in interviews that he did not believe in fate, but to friends he often spoke about different methods to see the future. Contradictions are contrary to my beliefs, he famously wrote to his worst critic Paul Dumont. Nero's relationship with money was complex. He would often gamble and frequently said that magic and money walk side by side in art. Yet he would contradictively as often claim that money stifled creativity, calling it a red man-eating beast. Whenever he had won big, he would buy a new black suit and gladly spend money on diffuse creative endeavors, which were often left unfinished. He would frequently donate money to a local dog shelter, since there were no anti-cat shelters to be found. I'm sorry, what is this anti-cat propaganda stance? Several friends and acquaintances have told stories about how Nero would carry around large amounts of cash in grocery bags or in his pockets, which would often result in him misplacing or losing them altogether. Besides the technical aspects, Nero had little interest in the historical spectacles created in Sincero. The apparatus was too big to create anything which would not be controlled by outside forces. In one of Nero's many manifests, there is a satirical proposal claiming that only dictators should be allowed to direct films. The holiness of creative control is a recurring theme in Nero's scribbling and work. As time passed, his opinion would swing, and he instead regarded being out of control as only viable way to create art. Surrendering to the ether, Nero calls it in another manifest. Nero's time at Sincero is rarely spoken of, but he spoke of it briefly, and admittedly vaguely, in a 1959 interview with Swedish TV's Lars Halland. I heard the whispers in the stomachs of the behemoth Sincero, the old vanguard, survivors from the silent era. I knew that there was an ancient conspiracy. I wanted in. Nero hated distinctions and swung like a pendulum between art house and exploration. Yet the majority of his body of work isn't entirely inaccessible. A dog, like all other dogs, is still frequently aired on TV in Italy and Germany, and Automobile is constantly screened at cult movie festivals. His work has found an audience, but an animal terrible definitely ended his already limited commercial appeal. Nero has crossed the line between eccentric and madman, and the distributor abandoned the film after its initial premiere. The first and only cinema sostenuto project was a Trojan horse. An American studio, likely not too familiar with his earlier work, had been convinced that Nero could create a cheap gothic horror film, which was in vogue at the time. Had they read Nero's attached manifest, it is unlikely they would have given him assent. An early draft of the proposal suggested, hopefully jokingly, that the audience should be lined up and shot after each screening. He had a great interest in technique, and his friend Kai Agats remembers their visit to the Electronic Arts Symposium well. He called the whole exhibition a one-potato meal, but he kept going back to Weiss's parodic computer, which failed at every task given. It aligned well with his thoughts about machines surpassing humans, while still being inept at everything, since they were built by morons. He called Weiss a woman with laser their eyes and said he already knew that they would soon work together. Okay, is that how this place came about? Some crazy art and technology project. We're in some library numbered books. Okay, we're looking for something. Well, 1881 is the whole, what was it called? The numbers you can rotate. Yeah, it's stuck in the shelf. Okay, there's 3 sets of them. And we probably, oh no, there's more. There's, more down the stairs by accident. There's more. There's sets on every shelf for all the different years. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out here. Book. We gotta spin the thing. We gotta make moon phases out of it. Yes, of course that was not correct. Yes, we're definitely just collecting different things we're gonna need to solve. And we can't even get to the other side here. There's a different staircase for us to find. There's more phonograph for playing music. Oh, there's $1 in here as well. Okay, a different staircase. Wait, there's 2 staircases. Oh no, this is the back to the entrance sort of path. Film poster, the Ace of Hearts. Okay, now we're collecting cards. This is locked. Yep, we're gonna need to figure out that. It's bolted from the other side, so that's a shortcut of some sort. There is astronomical clock. We're gonna have to set it to something. It has Roman numerals. It has zodiacs on it. Yeah, that didn't work because obviously I don't know what we're doing. West door is locked. Probably unlocked with that clock. No, I don't have anything to unlock it with. What's over here? Film posters. Mobile? Yeah, automobile, that was his, and like all other dogs. That's half the posters for the movies of that guy, but it doesn't appear we can... So there's a half covered, so that would be auto, and then half of the M. Well, oh no, author, and that was like... What was that dog movie called? A dog like all other dogs. So it would be a dog like... that's the missing parts. So not sure if that goes anywhere. But yes, it would make... Like the way that M is cat could make an R and then you get author. And then a dog like... What are we gonna do with that? Who knows? Okay, there's some sort of... Yeah, something on the other side is blocking the way. There's locked door, which I can see it's locked. I'm just clicking on everything because then it goes in our to-do list. Anything else here? Oh, there is the document tube. So that's the... Yeah, that's the first day person's document case. So if we check on that... So that's this person. So yeah, we have those modules. Because yeah, is every single page a different code, and therefore, what are we trying to make? The top room out of those shapes? It's a bit weird. Because yes, there's one plan for each person. So this would be related to the tube we've just seen. But yes, what shape are we trying to make? I'm like screenshot this and cut it out in some paint or something, try and connect the shape, because like, yeah, does that fill the whole bottom section? It does. So then, yeah, because that goes all the way across, so we couldn't do anything with it. That cuts it off as well. So yeah, I might be misunderstanding what to do with those pieces, because like I'm not sure you can make the shape without rotating any of this, because a lot of those bigger ones just take up the whole space. Like if we put this shape across, like we get this little thing at the bottom which we cannot deal with. Oh, but actually this might be the simple thing of like, it's this and this. Yeah, I'm just overthinking it. They're tricking us. Okay, so actually it's just the 80 piece and 745 piece. And then you have your handy calculator to help you with your maths. So 825, maybe. That was not it. I got $1. Yeah, least expensive option. I mean, it seems like there's only one option to make that shape. Well, I thought that would be it. but it's not. Another dollar for our collection. I guess there's this main staircase up to the gallery. Opening 2014. Wait, isn't it like nowhere near 2014? It's 1963. More of a poster. Is this like a terrible movie about cats since he seemed to hate cats? Another door that's locked. Again, just looking at it so it saves. In our notebook. There's room 2014, 1963. No one there. Yeah, I think we're supposed to like bring something to one of the rooms. Someone's lost things. More locked doors. Bolted. More drips of paint. Another shredded poster. That goes here. That goes at the bottom. That looks correct. Okay, so we now have this shape. What we need them for? No idea. Another dollar. Nothing else here. Yeah, I think I definitely gonna have to sit down and just map out all of the layouts so I know where things are. There's a computer we can save. More corridors. There's a door. We don't have a key for that. But there's like a whole maze on this door. And there's more paint. Another tube. This one for Tradiv. This one was the 261 or suspected 260. This one opened, so I guess I'm on the right track with. We need those plans to open something, it's just I'm not solving the puzzles right. Oh, there is a map, so okay, we can get maps by doing those tubes then, and actually know where we are. The highest floor of Hotel Letz's Yar is used for the most spacious suites facing the beautiful and seemingly endless forest in the north. The wings rooms feature grand windows from which guests can view the wonderful landscape. The majesty of this floor is enhanced by its many hallways, while the octagonal center of the floor accentuates the height. The stairs in the softmost hall led to the small loft, while the stairs in northern hallways lead down to the mezzanine of the foyer. But yeah, it looks like there's a code for the door written here. Yeah, there's the coffee machine, computer, some music thing. Yeah, we're here. There's the elevator that doesn't work. There's scissors. Okay, it has a little magnifying glass, but I guess it's just for showing us the name in the side. It's not actually letting us zoom in on anything. There are some numbers here going from 0 to 37.5 to 75. That might be useful for something. In some sort of scale. Okay, but that means we can open 923 door over there. Yeah, this is bolted. Well, let's see if that works. And then I'll need to think about those architect's plans again and see if I can crack those two other tubes too at some point. Because I made the right link, but did not solve the puzzles. There we go. Busts. Nope, I wanted to interact. Enate. This one, 3 and 1. Might be directions of some sort. 23 lay. And 23 and 1. And a printing device. There is a note next to the device. Input case sensitive code to request bug report to. Okay, so this is on the letters and couple symbols. So we can't use the numbers from what we found. So, but can we just use the letters? Probably too simple. So N A T E. What does that print? Nothing. Okay, well, we're gonna have to figure out that as well. There's a path here, another poster. Lorenzo's Vermilion Tears. Yep, that's it. Okay, so the shape is now this, and here. They all look like pathways of some sort. Okay, we get $1. Okay, well, there's a computer here to save, and I think that will do for introduction to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, because so far all I get from it that there's gonna be a lot of puzzles in this game, and it's shown us a bunch, but we're gonna have to explore, and we're gonna have to connect the dots, and we're gonna have to figure out what is going on and why are we even here. But before we leave, Oh. Before we leave, I've triggered a cutscene. Meet him at the hotel. Okay, well, we've advanced and something has happened. Signorina, I'm happy like 1,000 children to see you. Please forgive my absence. He's covered in paint. Or I hope it's paint. I had some matters I needed to discuss with the Americans. Ask about the dog. First things first, Signorina. You must above all get to know this house. After all, it is your art that will reveal all its secrets and memories. This is crucial to the project. Keep quiet. Now, Signorina, if you would excuse me. As you can see, raindrops fall on a man and hedgehog alike. I have to go and clean off all this red paint. Call me on my room number about your findings. We must uncover everything. I'm staying in room 1963 or 1963. Signorina, you will of course be needing your room key. I left it at the reception desk. Good luck, Bella. Okay, so are we somehow the woman, like the artist he said he was gonna collaborate with, but we've lost our memory and we don't even know how we were involved? Well, I was going to say, I think that's enough for the first video. So yeah, this is looking interesting and I'm looking forward to playing more. Let me know in the comments what you think about this game and I will see you soon on another adventure.